Do your team members really know how they're performing? Have you delayed giving feedback only to regret it later? Are your performance conversations creating growth or confusion? Welcome to the Critical Few Actions to Improve Your Business podcast. I'm John Downs, and in this episode, I speak with Linda Murray, a leadership expert with over 2 decades of experience helping senior leaders deliver feedback that actually improves performance. Now, I know you're busy, so I'm going to give you the critical few insights from this conversation in just 4 minutes. Then, when you have time, tune into the full episode and grab the show notes and the resources. The first insight: what's the real reason leaders avoid feedback? It's fear. Too many leaders dodge performance conversations, not because they don't care, but because they're afraid. They're afraid of upsetting people. They're afraid of being disliked. They're afraid of getting it wrong and ending up with an HR complaint. Linda shared how this fear often comes from deep conditioning. Many of us were raised on the idea that if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. But silence isn't kind. It's confusing, and worse, it holds your team back. So the key takeaway? Courageous conversations are essential, and avoiding them is an even bigger risk. So here are 3 actions you can take now. Schedule frequent and regular feedback check-ins instead of saving it for annual reviews. Make it routine. Write out your feedback and concerns clearly before each conversation so you can be clear to be kind. Lead off with open questions. What are 3 things you did well? And what's 1 thing you can improve on, and how? The second insight was stop giving feedback. Start giving feed forward. Linda introduced a powerful shift in mindset from feedback, which looks backwards, to feed forward, which focuses on what's next. She told the story of a CFO who relied on the classic feedback sandwich. You know what the result is: confusion. Her team didn't know whether they were being encouraged or managed out. When you blur the message to avoid discomfort, you're not being kind, you're being unclear. And unclear is unkind. So the takeaway: ditch the feedback sandwich. Get clear on what you want to see going forward. So here are 3 things that you might be able to do about that straight away. Use specific examples. Say what's working and what needs to change. Reframe the message towards future behaviours. Next time, I'd like to see you try X. And ask the team member what support they need to succeed going forward. The third insight was all about psychological safety. This is the secret to better performance conversations. Great leaders create environments where people feel safe to speak, make mistakes, and grow. Linda uses the acronym FAIR. F for freedom to speak up. A for acceptance to make mistakes. I for inclusion and belonging. And R for respect and trust. Without this foundation, feedback feels like criticism. With it, it feels like a tool for progress. So the key takeaway there is that psychological safety isn't fluffy, it's a leadership essential. And here's 3 actions you can take now. Run a short team survey on the 4 FAIR dimensions. Ask what's working and what isn't. Model vulnerability by admitting your own mistakes and what you've learned. And recognise effort and improvement, not just outcomes. That builds trust fast. There was so much more in our conversation, but as Linda put it, no one wakes up planning to be a nightmare at work. People want to do a good job, and our job is to help them get there. So what are your critical few actions? Will you keep avoiding the tough conversations, or will you step into them clearly, kindly, and consistently? Enjoy.